Welcome to North of the Broad, everyone. I'm your host, Robyn Zimmerman, and we bring you our program each week from the Pat Conroy Literary Center, which has a home right here in downtown Beaufort. Our first guest is a friend of mine. Her name is Karen Werner Schuler. She is an author, but she's also on the board and co-chair of, well, she's on the board of the Friends of the Beaufort Library, but she's co-chair of Books Sandwiched In. So it's good to have you with us and good to see you again.
So good to see you again also.
So Books Sandwiched In has been around since 1987.
That's correct. It's a beloved program in this town.
So for the viewers that don't know really what it is, Karen, share.
Yes. So Books Sandwiched In is a program that we run every winter after the first of the year. And it's every Monday except Martin Luther King holiday through March. So we have eight sessions. And what it is we ask someone who's local to the community, who's made a contribution to the community, to choose a book that is really helpful for them and something that spoke to them. And then they present it, and they present it in all different formats. We have a really great program scheduled for this year.
And it's 12 to 1, and this year, because of COVID, it's going to be virtual.
Yes.
So how was that? How was the first one with Stephen Murray?
Well, the first one was in person at USCB. Our hope was to do a hybrid where we did USCB in person, and we also Zoomed. And it just, because of COVID and the surge in cases, we just feel like erring on the side of caution. So we've decided to do it virtual this year completely for the rest of this program, which is important. If people show up at USCB, we're not going to be there. But we are on the same Zoom program that we were on last year. We have the same Zoom room. We have these cards around town, but it's also on our library website, so you can get the Zoom information. No password required. You just simply enter the meeting ID and you get in. We did it last year and we had great attendance. So that's something that we're really excited about as well. Last year, during COVID, where we think a lot of people didn't even know how to do this, we had about 160 people at our peak, and they were people just dialed in. They often had other people sitting around in their living rooms.
Right.
And lots of questions, lots of interaction. We post the videos of each session afterwards so people can follow up if they missed it.
How do you select the community leaders that then select their favorite book? Or do you pick the book and then how do you pick the program?
That's a good question. So I'm a co-chair and I have a committee. And they are in many ways smarter than I am and about who has been on the program after 30 years. And then we look at, we do two things. We look at timely topics where we think a book would really be popular and someone would have wanted to really see it, and then we find a person who would be great to present it.
I see.
And we also look at who are the great presenters in town that have good profiles and really have a message or something to say. And then they'll often, when we pick the person, they pick the book.
Right. So Friends of Beaufort Libraries, is that, what is that exactly? Well, the nonprofit associated with the library? So what is it?
Exactly.
How does it work?
The Friends of Libraries is all over the country. And all over South Carolina. You have the Friends of the South Carolina Libraries, and we are Beaufort's version. So what we do is we fundraise and support programs for Lobico, St. Helena, and the Scott Street Beaufort Library. Anything they need or want where we can either raise some money or support children's programs. We run a bookstore in the libraries where you can purchase used books. We also have a book sale once a year, which will be in November. It's usually the first weekend in November. It goes on rain or shine or torrential downpours, biblical, which we had last year, but well, I'm so proud of the team that we are because everybody really works really hard for these things.
Just a personal question. Do you think people have started reading more because of COVID?
I know I have.
I have.
Yes. So there's a net, especially the longer COVID goes on, there's only so much Netflix you can binge watch. So I think that's true. And I think this kind of program brings out the best in people. It brings people together to really hear about and read books.
Very good. So we can go on the Friends of the BeaufortLibrary.com.
Correct.
To get all the information about the Mondays.
Yes, the schedule will be on there and the dial-up information.
All right. Karen, good to have you with us, and happy 2022.
Thank you. Same to you.
And we'll be right back with North of the Broad.